So this is now the video show how to do addition and subtraction problems using rules for a significant figure. So addition and subtraction. Before I actually start, I want to bring you up to speed with what you need to know for background information. You do have to remember place values. In other words, right there is my decimal point. Okay, the first place to the left of it would be my ones column. This right here would be my tens column. This right here would be my hundreds column, and reversing it, this would be my 1/10 or tenths column. This would be my 1/100 or 100th column, etc. So make sure you go review that stuff if you don't know it already. Hopefully you do. Start off with a problem. As I said before, I'm going to use an example and apply that example to the rules for significant figures. I'm going to start off with a value of 4,090 grams. Add that to 228.1 grams. First thing you do, as we did with multiplication and division, is simply calculate this through. This gives me a value of 4,318.1 grams. Now, the rules for significant figures for addition and subtraction is as follows. You're going to identify your last significant figure. In this value is going to be the 9. Because it is an implicit number, you do not see a decimal. You start with your first non-zero, the 4. You count to your last non-zero, the 9. Alright, so my 9 is my last significant figure. The other problem value is going to be the 1. How do I get that? It's an explicit number, because you see the decimal place. Start with your first non-zero, the 2. You count everything to your right. Alright, and ending at the 1. So, once you've done that, you're going to identify the place value that it's in. The 1 is in the 1/10 or 1/10ths place, or in the tenths place. The 9 is in the tens column. You're going to round your answer to the column that is higher in value. So which one is higher, the 1/10 or the tens column? Obviously the tens is going to be higher. So I'm going to round it to the tens column, making this 8 the rounding digit. Alright. As a result, we can see that it is going to be 4,320 grams. Alright. It's important to note that the last significant figure is in the tens column. Okay. So this right here would be your answer. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot make that your answer, because now with the decimal point, the 0 becomes my last significant figure, and that is in the ones column. That would be incorrect. Your answer has to be in the tens column. So this is not good. It has to be rounded to the tens column. So remember, it is not number of significant figures as it was with multiplication and division. It is now going to be place value column. Alright, let's try another example. This time I'm going to use 220 grams minus, let's try 4 grams, equals 216 grams. So first thing I did was calculate this through. Next thing, identify last sig figs. Here it's going to be the second 2 in the tens column. This one is going to be the 4 in the ones column. Which one is higher? Obviously the 10, so I'm going to round it to the tens column, making this 6 the rounding digit. Alright. Now, looking at this, the 6 will push the 1 to a 2, making it 220 grams. So again, it is in the tens column. The answer is rounded to the tens column, which is what I want from here. Alright. Now if you noted, the answer here, 220, is the same answer here. Mathematically, we all understand that 220 minus 4 has to be 216. But again, significant figures deals with measurements, and the rules for math do not apply exactly as said. So this, in fact, is the correct answer, okay, even though it is the same answer as the value in the problem set. I'll explain why that is on Monday. Let's do another problem for this. Let's say I were to tell you 7,241 grams plus 300 grams. Alright, adding this together, you're going to simply calculate this through, giving me 7,541 grams. Identify the last sig fig. It's the 1, it's the 3. This one is in the ones, this one is in the hundreds. Alright, hundreds is obviously larger, So the 5 is going to be where I'm rounding this to, making this 4 the rounding digit. 4 keeps the 5 a 5, so I'll make 7,500 grams as my final answer. Not too bad, right? Alright, we'll do one more example. This time, I'm not going to be stating the rules as I go through it. Alright, I'm simply going to calculate it, alright, and round it to the actual sig fig without stating the rules. This time I'm going to use 11.81 grams plus 0.2800 grams. Okay, that should be the final answer you've gotten. Alright, hopefully this will give you an introduction to multiplication division. What I'd like for you to do is try on the handout that I had given you the other day, the one that has significant figures level 2 on it. Alright, try to finish at least the first column in each section. Okay, so when you look at the handout has obviously the top portion where it says level 2 on the handout. If this is the handout, you'll have one section here. Alright, and that's simply counting. Alright, your next section is going to be addition, I believe, and then the next section is subtraction. And there's 2 columns in each section. Try to finish the first column for each section. Alright, otherwise I will see you guys on Monday. Thanks.